April 3rd, 2006, the day that everything changed. On what seemed like any other day, the landscape of gaming changed forever. This is the day that Bethesda released their Horse Armor DLC, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, at a small price of $2.50. Oblivion's first DLC and possibly the most infamous DLC pack ever. The horse armor comes in two different variants, and despite being literal armor, it doesn't actually give you any damage resistance to the horse. So it's basically just a skin pack for horses. Horse armor was widely criticised for its absolute uselessness, ridiculously high price, and apparent glitchiness. I'm obviously not going to touch it because it's a dumb waste of money, so I can only go off the Xbox reviews. But realistically, the quality of this DLC didn't actually matter, because Bethesda still made millions. For some reason, so many people still went and bought this tiny horse skin for $2.50, which made Bethesda millions, and this set the precedent for what's to come. This has been widely acknowledged as the first ever microtransaction in gaming history, a true innovator in corporate greed. From here on, there was a big shift in the perception of DLC in games. From what was a nice little expansion to stretch out someone's playtime and get more out of a game people enjoy, to a cheap, quick cash grab. Now we consistently get publishers cutting an existing part out of the game just to sell it back to players for an additional fee at a later time. Selling players something with no actual value, or remasters selling bonuses that were previously unlockable as premium DLC. Just 2 years after Horse Armor, we got Ultimate Team FIFA 08. This was a DLC which brought in a full new game mode to FIFA, which has been in every single game since. On the surface, this looks like a good DLC, because it actually brings something new and adds content, unlike something like Horse Armor. Ultimate Team brought a whole new evil in DLC. FIFA Ultimate Team packs, for the first time a major AAA game included loot boxes. Now Ultimate Team earns billions year on year from FIFA point sales, selling packs and fictional players that lose all possible value by the next September. This has gotten to the point where these packs earn more money than sales of the game itself. But realistically, you know how far the spread of loot boxes went. The massacre of Star Wars Battlefront 2, CSGO gambling scandals, and opening supply drops on Normandy Beach. Now, loot boxes are in their decline because people start to realise that all of the gambling snuck into kid games probably aren't very good, and parents are starting to get slightly annoyed at kids spending millions on FIFA packs. But while FIFA packs were starting to rack up millions, mobile games were starting to gain some traction. All of the most popular ones had a fairly similar business model. Games like Candy Crush, Angry Birds and Cut the Rope were all free to start, but at every point along the path they would bombard you with different things you could pay. Extra lives, new skins, power-ups, new level packs. They would just start out with a simple and addicting gameplay loop, then slowly siphon the money out of your pocket. Then there was the games like Clash of Clans, which just made the game unbearably slow to play, unless you dipped into the wallet regularly to speed things up. This game makes $5 million a day. Of course, when you're putting up numbers like that, eventually the hollow suits who run the AAA console gaming industry are going to sit up and pay attention. The baton was taken by games like League of Legends, Team Fortress 2 and Roblox, brought the free-to-play games with new premium skins and cosmetics being the only costs in the game, giving essentially a completely free game unless you want to pay for it. But eventually this free-to-play model started scrolling its way into the full-price games. Games like Overwatch and Call of Duty selling skins for a bonus price for nearly £60 price tag. Assassin's Creed started selling in-game currency and EXP boosters in a single-player game to cut out the grind that was artificially put there. Around this sort of time was when we also started hearing the dinner bells ring to bring in the first round of live service games. Games like Siege and Destiny, which were always online games sold at full price, with the guarantee of more games to come for free later on. And you just need to cross your fingers and hope that the extra content eventually comes. With most of these games, you really have to question how much of this content was just held back to be released a few months later as a weak attempt to give the game some sort of longevity. Because a lot of these games release broken and barren. But to be fair, the live service, when it does work, can work quite well. Siege has seen loads of new characters, maps and limited time event game modes released for free over the years. That's obviously because the core gameplay is good and addictive. People continue to play and buy the different skins and items that come out. There's just been so many awful live service games made exclusively to cash in passing trends, and you really just cannot ignore them. This now brings us to the current point in modern gaming money milking, and of course, like everything from 2019 onwards, it is related to Fortnite. Because Fortnite is the innovator of the Battle Pass. For about £10 worth of premium in-game currency, you get this season's Battle Pass, which means over about 3 months you can earn about 100 different cosmetic rewards, and most of the time all the money you spent into it back. So in the end you can get 100 cosmetics for basically free. That is if you're playing enough. But therein lies the issue. If you play enough. If you play enough, you'll earn hundreds of brand new limited time rewards that you may not be able to get otherwise. If you play enough, you'll earn the 1000 V-Bucks and get all the premium rewards. But how much is enough? Over time, these battle passes have been getting longer and longer, needing more and more XP to get to the next tier and earn the next item. But of course, the option was introduced to pay to skip tiers and progress quicker. This basically makes the game feel like a job when you've got a deadline to get all your rewards and make the most out of your money and get that one skin you thought you wanted 60 days ago. This happened to me when I forced myself to keep playing Fortnite just so I could get the full Peter Griffin set. And even then, I still couldn't unlock his golden armor, which does nothing, but it does look cool. It's also getting to the point now where these passes are being massively padded with some absolutely worthless items. You'd expect the classic character skins, weapon camos, emotes, and noticeable stuff. But when they put in main menu music, sprays, and loading screens, it starts to be a bit of a joke. How are you trying to commodify loading, the most boring part of the game, where you're not actually playing the game? Being the innovator of this particular poison, Fortnite obviously is the one who takes advantage of it the most. At this current moment in time, Fortnite has 4 different battle passes. The normal battle pass it has for normal Fortnite, the OG battle pass, which it's using to sell back old skins from old battle passes, the music pass for the Guitar Hero Festival game mode, and the Lego pass for Lego Fortnite. All of these had different start and end dates, progress at different rates, and sell for different amounts of V-Bucks. Only the main battle pass will let you actually earn your V-Bucks back, but it's also twice the length of all the other ones. Also in the main battle pass there is an additional section unlocked after a certain amount of time when you finish the battle pass, where you can earn different styles of the skins you've already earned. And on January 16th, owners of the original battle pass will gain access to the Godzilla challenges to unlock the Godzilla skin. On top of this, Fortnite also has a monthly subscription service where you can pay real money for a monthly V-Buck injection. The Fortnite style of limited time item shop and battle pass has absolutely boomed and been copied by pretty much every big live service game at this point, including a few of those that I've mentioned earlier. Now, ultra serious realistic games like COD and Siege have adopted this monetization style, and most importantly have similar skins in the shop to Fortnite. As you probably know, over the years Fortnite has had a variety of different pre-existing IP crossovers, which has made Fortnite's art style a complete and utter mess over time. When you've got Snoop Dogg, Eren Yeager, the Doomslayer and Darth Maul in the same game, what can you really expect? But then again, it is Fortnite. It's got an unrealistic, cartoony, light-hearted art style to everything it does. And whenever there's a story, it's usually built around it being a clash of the best in a sustained battle royale. But in other games, they really didn't bother to put in the justification. Which is why now we have Rick and Morty undergoing elite tactical operations in Rainbow Six Siege, fighting against 2B who came back 10,000 years from the future just to defuse a bomb. Then over in Call of Duty land, you have people shooting lasers out of their guns which turn you into confetti, or put Christmas presents in your head, because they bought the anime girl bundle, so they just do that now. And then you could take a step further into the cesspool that is Warzone, when there was initially a continuation of the Modern Warfare storyline. You know, the quite serious storyline about the terrorist group Al-Qatala and the ongoing Middle East conflict. Talks about bigger countries like Russia and the US getting involved and the awful consequences that can bring, blurred lines of morality in war, and internal corruption in militaries. Warzone tried to continue this, but then later threw all of that to the side because Activision really loves money and Fortnite is successful. So now, joining the fight against Al-Qatala, we have Homelander, Paul Pogba, Rey Mysterio and Skeletor saving the free world and fighting for peace.
Consequences.
All because of one shitty $2.50 DLC skin pack 2006. We received a never-ending barrage of microtransactions in thousands of different forms. Just a few quid here and there to loot boxes, to battle passes, or to buy a skin or two, all in an attempt to siphon as much money from you as possible. We knew it was a stupid rip-off even back then, but we bought it and now we reap the consequences of yesterday. They can sell us anything and it will profit, as long as it's attached to a game we were already committed to. The tone, style and atmosphere of the game is meaningless now. As long as I can play as a character, I recognise in it. Everything you dislike in modern gaming came from horse armour. The addiction basing, the dangling carrots, the tonal inconsistency, the lack of separation from reality, the unnecessary grinds, and of course, the constant need to dip into your wallet for the next thing. Horse armour really brought us to the point of Juice WRLD's Skibbity Toilet.